This is my shade cloth after the storm. It's still up, but it's sagging quite a bit. So today I'm gonna fix that by adding some more support. That way I can make the lines nice and taut again. I can reach up and touch it right away, and then it's hitting some of my trees right there. I picked up some 8-foot T-posts from Tractor Supply and a couple more conduit pipes that are 10 feet long, 1 inch wide. But before I set them up, I think I'm gonna paint them black. That way they can just look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And I think eventually I'm gonna purchase some end caps for them too, just to seal it off and make it look a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna be using this Color Max black paint in satin black. It's for indoor outdoor use, and it should be suitable for metal. It's by the brand Krylon. I was gonna use the type of paint that is supposed to be rust proof. This is galvanized though, so it should be fine. But I guess I ran out. I don't remember. So I'm just gonna use what I have on hand. Also, I put paper down on the bottom over my pavers. That way I don't mess them up, just in case. I was torn between using either black or white, but I feel like white would be really stark and it'll come out in videos a lot more easily. Black is better than this metal color. And it'll match my black containers as well as some of my trellises. I'm probably gonna do like 2 coats of this so that it's more opaque and it just looks more finished, but it's drying rather quickly. Maybe it's like the light breeze and hot day, hot temps out here making it dry really fast. I got back yesterday night from being up north, and honestly, it was really sad coming back. I didn't think I would be because I'm always excited to come back to the garden. And of course I was excited to come back to the garden. But at the same time, oh my gosh, you guys, the weather up north was just so beautiful. And I'm talking about like northern Arizona. So beautiful. At times throughout the day, it felt warm outside, but a bearable type of warm where we were able to walk around. I got a lot of work done outdoors on my mother-in-law's and sister-in-law's new property. I was helping to pull weeds and things like that. If I had all my regular tools, I feel like I could have just worked outside all day and I wouldn't have cared, because it just felt like fall. It felt amazing. I'm not used to that because here it just gets so hot. And fall lasts for just a few weeks, and then winter, we don't really have a winter. So that lasts even shorter, and then we're back into summer, it feels like, where it's difficult to go outside. So I really enjoyed my time up there. It made me want to work even harder so that one day we can move up north and buy a couple acres of land and be surrounded by like trees and nature. And one of the things that I enjoyed the most about being up there was just the silence. It was just so peaceful. We did a lot of driving because living up north, like things are kind of far away. Going to like the nearest Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Ace Hardware was like 30 to 40 minutes away, and others were like an hour away. It's very different from here where I can just go to the nearest grocery store and be there in like 10 minutes or less. I'm so ready to move up north. I feel like I also say that now because it's summertime, but still so excited to move up north. I decided to paint all the T-posts black too, just so that it looks nicer and it blends in, because otherwise I feel like it's gonna drive me nuts that it's gonna be the green and white against the black. And this way I can just leave it up all year round and it won't look ugly. It'll look more polished. So I'm not gonna be able to set these up until tomorrow. And I also took out the first two that I already had set up so that I could paint them, also so that I could set them up again. But I'm gonna drive them in deeper, and I'm also gonna make sure to level them so that they're super straight, because the first time I set them up, they were looking really wonky and it really bothered me. Tomorrow I might stop by Harbor Freight and try and find the braided cord, but I'll see, because I know this one does work. I just didn't tighten it enough and I didn't know how to make the correct knots. Today I watched a bunch of videos on how to do different types of knots that would make it more sturdy. So I'm just gonna try those out instead, I think, first, before I buy any braided wire. If I do wind up attaching the wire, I'm also gonna add string lights to the main orchard. That way we can enjoy it at night, because right now I have string lights around the perimeter but not up overhead, and I feel like it's not bright enough for my liking, at least. As far as the zip ties go, that's what I first used to attach these to the poles, and they worked. I mean, they held up great. But because they're made out of plastic, I feel like those are not going to be a good long-term solution. So I might wind up attaching some metal zip ties. And I saw some at Harbor Freight too. So I'll just pick those up, and that'll make everything way more secure. Basically gonna be here till the sun goes down, just painting these till I'm done. I'm back inside now. I finished painting everything, and now I just need to wait until tomorrow for it to dry, and then I can set it up.